Hello and welcome back everyone to this weekly update on the financial markets. I start like with every video with the four main assets: the S&P 500 index, US oil, gold and Bitcoin against US dollar. I will cover there the weekly, daily and 4-hour time frame via price action so that you know what to do in the upcoming days and weeks with these assets. What will follow afterwards are my single stock watch list. The red marked ones are my active ones. Blue ones are the finished ones, and yellow the ones I have an active trading setup that got not triggered yet. If you want to skip any part of the video, down there in the video is a timeline where you can jump directly to the part that interests you the most. Let's start directly in with S&P 500 index on the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, we can see the S&P 500 is in an intact uptrend at the moment at the all-time high territory after seeing a short pullback. If we drop one time frame lower to the daily time frame, we can see this sideways consolidation, but mainly making higher highs followed by higher lows. We have seen lately a small higher high followed by a pullback to this daily support zone. At the moment everything is holding, and now comes the question: do we fall apart here and turn and this massive uptrend is over, or do we continue and that was enough of a consolidation to the sideways side instead to the lower side and continue straight to the upside? I'm in a virtual trade here. I said I would have taken an entry here at the moment we have seen a new all-time high with a stop loss below this midpoint of this sideways consolidation, and so far I would be near my entry level in a slight loss position. Once I would reach one time my risk, I would sell 50% of the position and take the trade risk free with that. So at the moment we can see I'm still invested and I would still trade to the upside instead to the short side, because the trend is your friend and the trend is definitely pointing to the other side. If we drop one time from lower to the 4-hour time frame, you can see it just in more detail, but nothing significant here to discuss. Next, oil. US oil also starting on the weekly time frame. We can see in red a solid monthly downtrend line. That one got broken to the upper side, and since then we are in a corrective move on the weekly time frame, limited at the moment by this orange weekly downtrend line. It seems like a short-term low is inside. We will see if it's the definite one of this complete corrective move with a nice break above this weekly downtrend. That would be probably a confirmation, then a pullback and a continuation. So far so good. If we drop one time frame lower to the daily time frame, you can see that the last daily downtrend line got broken with a MACD divergence pointing to the upper side. And I was also here taking a virtual trade with you together, entering after seeing a higher low and then higher high, and the trend shift from a downtrend to an uptrend. Seen another pullback, and then here I would have taken 50% of the position from the table, taking with that the trade risk free. Stop loss remains at this low here. And then we will see maybe another sideways consolidation, another pullback, and then hopefully we will see the final breakout above this weekly downtrend line and can then trail our stop loss higher. So at the moment we have a risk-free trade in a profit, and I would like to continue that. If we turn here and we will continue the downtrend of crude oil, then it is like it is. We lose the position, but we don't lose any money in the account. So at the moment, bullish for oil, but I'm expecting a pullback maybe to this 200 moving average here on the daily. If we drop even lower to the 4-hour time frame, you can see only more details, but nothing significant changes the outlook on the 4-hour short-term time frame. So there's a possibility that we will see further bullish price action in oil. We have a risk-free position, so everything is fine. Let's continue with gold. Last video I talked about gold and then we will probably see the 5,000 US dollar per ounce. That was the case. The maximum was 5,600 US dollar, and that was a massive run up. And like every time something explodes that heavily in such a short time frame to the upper side, it will correct. And also gold did here. We are still in a weekly uptrend, so from a trend perspective everything is fine, but that was a massive green and now red candle. So there's definitely a possibility that we will see now, after a long uptrend, heavier corrective move, maybe all the way back down to this weekly uptrend line. Wouldn't be unusual after such a move. On the daily time frame, you can see also this red candle after the nice uptrend here. The first hold would be for sure this secondary daily uptrend line in combination with this daily support zone, and afterwards the 200 moving average with the daily solid uptrend line. These are all support zones where price can take a hold and reverse a little bit higher, but I think we have to see some sort of a downtrend here, so it wouldn't surprise me if we have something like this maybe. And then from there on, enough of a consolidation, and from there on then rising prices again. That would be maybe a possible move for gold. No guarantees for sure, just an idea or something like that could evolve. At the moment I'm not on a long position and not in a short position in gold, and I want to see how everything behaves and evolves in the future. No trades active for gold for me. I sold above $5,000 per ounce some long-term holdings with the idea to buy them back for a cheaper price. Not everything for sure, small percentage, 10 to 20% in gold and silver, and the rest will let trade higher or lower, how the market wants to behave. On the forward time frame, also not more to say. For sure we are oversold right now, so a pullback in the beginning of the week should be normal, but I don't expect new all-time highs soon. That's all for gold. Bitcoin also starting out at a weekly time frame. We can see from a trend perspective we are still in an uptrend, trending higher highs followed by higher lows, but yeah, I think this higher low will change once we break that one to the downside. We are officially in a downtrend on the weekly time frame with Bitcoin. Yeah, doesn't help. At that moment we realize that we are already down 37% from the top. The weekly uptrend is definitely broken. We retested the breakout zone and collapsed to the downside, making a local lower low, and that's for me confirming we will drop further. I don't see how in the next coming weeks this completely should turn and make new all-time highs. I think that's the path for the next upcoming weeks and probably even months, before we then find a bottom, maybe at the monthly red solid uptrend line here in combination with the 200 moving average at the weekly time frame and the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level measured from the low to the high of the movement. That would be in a high convicting zone for buying back some Bitcoin. I sold here after losing the 10-week moving average, some small percentage lagging gold and silver from my long-term Bitcoin holdings, and I'm planning to buy them back later for a cheaper price. If we see from here on new all-time highs, that would be absolutely fine for me. Just a small hedge here going from Bitcoin into euros again. If we drop to the daily time frame, you can see that the daily downtrend is intact. We have formed here a lower low. Maybe we'll see coming next week a pullback and then a continuation. But as long as this daily support and now resistance zone holds, I think we'll see lower prices. Can happen that we have to adjust this downtrend line depending how price evolves. But yeah, planning to look for long buybacks and positions also in this account once we reach this weekly uptrend or the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level around the $60,000 range. On the 4-hour time frame, also just only more details here. You can see how the flag was breaking down. I'm not planning to short Bitcoin. Yeah, I would rather like to see lower prices for buying cheaper. That's all I have for Bitcoin. Let's continue with the active trades here. The red flagged one, the blue ones I will not cover today except the APM stock because that was a recent stop loss that got hit. JBL Inc. on the daily time frame, that's an active trade. Like you can see, we have a nice uptrend. We had a sideways consolidation at the all-time high territory. We changed from lower lows to higher lows and higher highs. I entered long after seeing a break above the sideways consolidation with the stop loss below swing low inside this range. So far so good. We have seen price shooting to the upside, correcting, continuing again. So far the trend is intact, even if we are slightly below our entry point at the moment. I think with this trade everything is fine so far. Like with S&P 500 or US oil trade, I would like to sell 50% of the position once I make my risk as profit, and with that take the trade risk free. That's for JBL. Let's continue with Amphenol Corporation. Amphenol Corporation, the daily time frame, also a nice uptrend, like you can see, marked by this daily uptrend line. We had also here a sideways consolidation at the all-time high territory or an A, B, C correction. Once we have shooten above the sideways correction, I entered along with the stop loss below the swing low inside this range. We have nearly taken out my first take profit target, where I would have sold 50% of the position, but we were slightly before that and are retesting right now this daily support zone that once was resistance. And yeah, I hope that this will hold. My stop loss is still far away, even if I'm in a slight loss position at the moment with that. MACD cross to the downside, so we can also test this daily uptrend, but I hope that we will continue. And yeah, I was making a plan. I'm holding to this plan, and I hope we'll see a nice turn here because the uptrend is still intact. So the trend is your friend, betting on a continuation on this trend. Next, the ETF Uranium Global X. The uranium ETF on the daily time frame was coming out of a sideways consolidation and went then into an uptrend. We have seen pullback in this uptrend, an ABC correction, and then a higher high, higher low, higher high, and then went long here. We can now change this daily uptrend line because we have made a new all-time high in this ETF. And yeah, I'm proud to say that that's the first partial take profit I was taking. Near the last all-time high, I was selling 50% of this position. 9.5 stocks are left in this position. Stop loss is unchanged. Currently still 43 USD in profit here. And I'm waiting till I see a nice pullback or sideways consolidation and a breakout above that to then try my stop loss higher and see how far the trend will go. And I try to follow as long as possible this bullish trend. If I reverse here and my stop loss gets taken out, then I made nothing on this trade. Let's continue with Novo Nordisk. Novo Nordisk on the daily time frame, you can see we have been in a nice uptrend, then a catastrophic downtrend. followed by the 200 moving average. Then we have seen a MACD divergence, a breakout above this weekly orange downtrend line. I entered long after seeing on the 4-hour time frame and sideways consolidation broken to the upper side, stop loss below the lowest point of this weekly downtrend here. We have got wood price above the 200 moving average at the moment, correcting inside that and slightly in profit right now. I would aim for 1-to-1 risk reward ratio to take partial wins and take the trade risk free like with the other ones. And yeah, so far so good. Everything is going like planned. Pullback and then continuation of this short-term created uptrend would be nice for the trade. And yeah, that's the plan so far. Next, Eleven's Health. Eleven's Health is also a long-term uptrending stock with a huge corrective move, followed by this weekly 200 moving, daily 200 moving average and this weekly solid orange downtrend line. We changed from lower lows to higher lows and then finally also higher highs, and that aligned with the break above the 200 moving average, and so I decided to get long in this stock. Stop loss was placed below, or still is below, the last local low that was already a higher low. This short-term daily uptrend line was holding, slightly dipped below that, but got directly bought again. We had pressure from talks from Donald Trump and also not so good quarterly results, but I think the initial move before the quarterly results got released was too heavy, and so they got bought afterwards. So still in this position, even with a slight loss. And yeah, I hope that we will continue the new created uptrend and not fall back into a huger downtrend here, because the company is still healthy and good management. So I still believe in the fundamentals and also the technical analysis here, but like in every trade, I can be wrong, so make decisions by yourself. Then we have Rolls-Royce Holdings. Rolls-Royce Holdings on a daily time frame, also strongly uptrending stock since a couple of years now, and the daily uptrend is also intact. We have seen a pullback from the all-time high back then, an ABC correction to this daily support zone, and from there on I was also able to draw in this daily uptrend line. We have seen a break above the short-term downtrend, a pullback, and then a break of the pullback to the upper side. I was taking the trade a bit more conservative and waited for the new all-time high, where I entered then the trade. Stop loss below the ABC, so below point A of this sideways consolidation ABC correction. There's my stop loss placed, and my plan was also to take partial wins once I make risk as profit, take with that the trade risk free. And so far that went pretty nicely. We continued higher. Now we are in the first pullback, and I hope that the pullback soon starts to turn and get exceeded again to the upper side to new all-time highs, and then finally take out my first partial win and take the trade risk free, and then we will see how far we can follow this uptrend. Then another defense stock, but out of America, HEICO Corporation. HEICO Corporation on the daily time frame, also nice uptrending long-term stock at an all-time high level. We have seen some sideways consolidation, printing lower highs and lower lows. That changed. We've seen a new all-time high and higher low, and then a break out of this sideways consolidation confirmed the new uptrend in my view. I entered a long trade, stop loss placed below the last local swing low inside this range. Went also well, nearly take out my take profit level for the first partial wins, but then reversed, and yeah, we are at the moment in the first real corrective move, coming pretty near the stop loss, but so far not hit. I hope that will turn soon and continue higher from there on. The trend is at the moment our friend. Price structure is there to protect our stop loss. We will see if that holds. Next, we have the German DAX Index ETF. The German DAX ETF is also nicely uptrending, followed by the 200 moving average. We have seen at the all-time high level long-lasting sideways consolidation. Once the 200 moving average reached price, returned, broke out of the sideways consolidation, and I went long in this ETF. Stop loss is placed below the main part of the sideways consolidation at the bottom of the range, so enough wiggle room for price. At the moment we are in paper loss, the first corrective move here, and yeah, the local low got already exceeded to the downside, but afterwards we have seen a green candle. We will see how that behaves the upcoming week, but I hope that we will sooner or later see here some sideways price action and then a continuation higher in the preferred direction. Then we have Comfort Systems USA. Comfort Systems USA on the daily time frame, also nice uptrending long-term stock. We have an intact daily uptrend. We had sideways consolidation, price action at the all-time high level, but still making higher highs and higher lows inside this sideways consolidation. So once we broke it to the upper side, corrected inside, and then broke again above this corrective move, I entered long stop loss below the last local low of this sideways consolidation and the daily uptrend here. We nearly reached my first take profit target for partial wins, but at the moment it seems like we are coming into a turn before that, and then I hope we will see a higher low again and then a continuation of the overall uptrend. MACD seems it wants to cross on the daily to the downside, so probably we'll see a pullback all the way back down to this daily uptrend line and this daily support and resistance zone. That have been all my active trades. The one I will show you now was active and is already not active anymore. More to that now. Andean Precious Metals Corp. Andean Precious Metals Corp. I don't know if the pronunciation of the stock's name was correct, but it doesn't matter really. It's a stock out of a Canadian stock with a nice uptrend. It's a miner of silver and gold, nearly 50-50, and we have seen nice metal price development, so the stock was also developing not so bad. I think the production cost for silver was $22 per ounce, so by far, no matter where silver will correct to, they will make a profit taking that one out of the earth. But silver falling from $115 per ounce to now 85 or something like that was a hit for this stock, and it fall below this uptrend. We have seen a sideways consolidation here, a break above, a pullback, and then a break of the pullback to the upper side. But that was in the last mania of this silver spike, so it collapsed directly and was taking out my stop loss, which was placed below the last local low of this sideways consolidation. So from a price technical standpoint, I think wasn't a bad trade, but maybe learning out of these. Don't take metal producers in a metal mania, in a absolutely crazy pace of metal prices. Don't trade them long, because even if they make a good amount of money with current prices after correction, the market will sell off these stocks after seeing a 20-30% drop in the metal price. So the stock stays interesting from a fundamental perspective, but price technical, that's at the moment out of my watch list. And yeah, I lost nearly $100, so 1% of my account balance on these. And after this break to the upside, we now can also see the MACD divergence, but this signal came too late. I already was in the trade. So you can see here the cross came 2 days later. Now let's continue with the 2 stocks I have a current trading position open because I lost this trade here. I now got free capacity for another trade. So I placed 2 trade setups here, and the one that gets executed first will make it, the other one will get deleted. One German tech stock you already know, Bechtel AG. I already discussed that stock a couple of episodes last year, something like that. We have a nice uptrend, then a long-lasting sideways consolidation with printing lower lows and lower highs. Then we had a sideways consolidation that got broken out, and with that we broke also out above this weekly downtrend here in orange. And you can see we have a nice green candle. Now another sideways consolidation, or a Davos box you can call it. And yeah, the idea is if once we see a significant break, because of that I was letting some room between the breakout level and my stop limit order. There I would like to buy that if this Davos box gets breaking out to the upside, and the stop loss would be placed below this sideways consolidating Davos box, risking again 1% of my account balance. Currently not 100 euros anymore, but more like $95 because I'm nearly $400 or $500 underwater with the account at the moment starting this year. Yeah, also here the same plan like with the other stocks, taking a 50% win once I make my risk as profit, and taking with that then the trade risk free. The next stock in the list is Solaris Energy Infrastructures. Solaris Energy Infrastructure on the daily time frame, we can see we are in a nice uptrend. Since a long time this one was declining and sideways consolidating. Oil infrastructure wasn't wanted at the stock market, but now that changed. We've seen a breakout above a sideways consolidation, went into another sideways consolidation. We already broke out of this, corrected inside the range again. Now I think if this corrective move will break again to the upper side, that could be a nice trade out of this large Davos box, if you want to call it like that. Or long trade, stop loss below the last swing low into this range. Aiming also here for a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio to take partial wins and take the trade risk free, risking again 1% of my current account balance. That's the idea for the upcoming days and weeks, and I hope you enjoyed it so far. Before you end the video, just have a look at my trading desk and my trading history so you can see where I stand with my account for this year. Yeah, here we are back in my portfolio log. Like you can see, open risk 163 euros, so one trade of 1% or 95 euros is still room in this account balance. So I have now these 2 orders open. I discussed them a couple of minutes ago with you on the chart, and once one got activated, then I will delete the other one. So because then my open risk buffer is not full enough for a complete new trade. Then I have again 10 trades open. You can see my active ones here, the uranium trade, where I have at the moment 0 risk in this trade because I was selling already 50% of the position here at the 26th of January. And yeah, so far so well. Here the 4 lost positions with the newest one, APM. That was pretty sad, happened at the 1st of February. Oh no, that's not correct. Sorry, it was the Something is not functioning here. We have January, and then the 3rd is Friday was the date. So there we have it. Friday was the losing date. So now everything is fitting again, and the statistics looks horrible after 4 losing trades and no winning one partial one, but that's not inside this statistic, only counting here the closed and profitable ones. That's the status quo. I hope I see you next video. Till then, bye bye.